Technical difficulties. Something went wrong. I don't know what.
But
Joe Biden.
Everything is right.
Joe Biden gave Gladys Knight a medal. But the story is Gladys Knight's husband
one of the business
approached Joe Biden.
20 years younger.
Yeah, he's 60, Gladys 80. What's wrong with that, man?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
And apparently he asked Joe Biden, could he speak with him for 10 or 15 minutes? And Joe Biden said, that ain't gonna happen. And some people are upset with Joe, but to me, I mean, man, President of the United States. And I understand your concern. They got a company, Gladys and her husband, where they make, I think, the rubber gloves and the masks, and they haven't been able to get federal contracts, which are generally given to majority white people. So you got a legitimate gripe. But President of the United States, he ain't got time. He ain't got time to be listening to your shit about getting no extra business. And you there, she getting the medal. So, I mean, I don't think, a lot of people saying on the internet, they saying Joe was out of line and all that. No, man, President of the United States. This man trying to solve war. He done took off to get you this damn quarter or whatever it was on the necklace.
Yeah.
And you want the man to give a 50, the arguably most powerful man in the world. And you want to ask this man for 15 minutes so you can bitch about your company?
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at Joe. Plus, Joe 90. Joe probably said 15 minutes. Man, you know how old I ain't got a whole lot of time to be.
How much time I got?
It's just how he said it. It's not so much that he's saying he wasn't going to give him the time. I mean, it's how you say it.
You talking about how Joe said that ain't going to happen?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
How you supposed to say it?
Just not right now. Just
well,
not the time.
No,
not right now. Not the same as not never. He was saying not never. He like, that ain't going to happen.
He couldn't have said anything.
Bro.
That's just so disrespectful. And it's just like,
I disagree. I think it was disrespectful.
What you mean it's not going to happen? You can talk to me better than that.
I think it was disrespectful for the man to ask the President of the United States that.
Thank you.
You think I would ask Joe? I mean, I'm exaggerating. I was like, look, Joe, you got a technician that you can send down to DisRace who knows audio and can work the board.
It's not gonna
I mean,
happen.
you don't ask the President of the United States
No,
about your
don't know that.
Now, if you got a personal relationship with him and at some point y'all are somewhere in private, you say that, but to basically come at him as though you are entitled to 15 minutes of the President of the United States time when he went to Ukraine. When he went to Ukraine, he didn't stay in Ukraine, but he left a minute.
But he asked him on camera too. They had this conversation.
No, I wasn't on camera. This him. He got mad, so he started
talking about it. Okay.
First of all, the president has a regiment.
The what?
The president. The peppermint.
The president. He has a regiment every day he wakes up. The Secret Service. Everybody knows every move he's going to make, and it's scheduled. He ain't got no in-between time to be hop-nogging with somebody like, hey, man, let me throw my idea at you and let you know what I'm thinking about doing, what we trying to do. He don't have that kind of time.
No
First
time
of all,
to
he already acknowledged you with an award. He already did as much as he can do.
Yeah, what would make you think, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm being harsh, but your little problem about business, and you're going to approach the leader of the free world with that.
Somebody, can I get a hookup?
I don't think he was doing a hookup. I just think he was shooting his shots.
Sound like a hookup.
That's not a hookup.
Well, I think it was ignorant for him to ask Joe Biden.
It was bad timing for him to ask to do that.
I think it was ignorant.
Well, I tell you what he can do. He can go find a 100% disabled veteran and get government contracts that are guaranteed.
Well,
okay.
The issue was, and I'm very familiar
Gladys
with
Knight
that.
never fought in the war.
Like when they had, now Maynard Jackson, when he was here, changed it on the local level a whole lot, because at that time I was a contractor. Maynard Jackson was seeing to it that a certain amount of minorities were awarded contracts to do work in the city. They had a girl on, they interviewed her, and she showed a thing where they were saying 90% of the federal contracts regarding masks and gloves, stuff like that, is given to white folk. Okay, that's an issue. But that ain't no issue for the president of the United States. You don't deserve to talk to the president of the United States 15 minutes about your little damn problem, man.
I
the man,
agree
there's a
with
war
that. I
in
just think he
Ukraine.
could have said it better.
You
That's
just
all.
shot down the drone.
Yes, sir.
I just think he
it's
should have
like
said
it's like
it
Russia-
better.
it's
The
like
turnout
being
could
at
have
a
been
mega
better.
church. It's like being at a mega church.
You better
You
state this
can't
right.
talk to the pastor about your little problems.
He don't even know you most of the time.
You got to go through,
Good one, Bo. I was about to say we was going with it, Bo, but you're right. It's hard wherever a mega church for a pastor to talk to. That's why you got 40 associate ministers sometimes to make sure we take care of everything. So you on it. I was trying to see where you're gonna go with it when you said mega church.
But if the pastor giving you an award, you shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. He ain't never gonna get that close to the president again.
No.
Shoot your shot.
You don't shoot your shot when your shot is about in the parking lot. Somebody keep
Parking in
pulling
your
up
space.
close to your car.
yeah.
See, you don't take no trivial. That's some old. I'm trying to keep from saying this phrase.
Nigga shit.
That's exactly what.
I know. I'm sorry.
But DC,
You don't go to pastor talking about your parking space on the end of the lot is not as large as the rest of the spot. What?
My thing is,
So-
if
so-
you
so-
do, you
so-
don't go public when the pastor be like, get your dumb ass away.
I-
Get your dumb ass away from me.
I got a good one for you. We got a pastor's son on here, brother, and another pastor who. All right. When is it proper to approach the pastor with your situation?
When you give
What
him
level
the tithe
do you
money.
have to be at to approach your pastor personally when you're saying the normal peasant can't do it?
No. That's not what I was saying.
No,
I was
you didn't
saying
say that.
in the
I'm just
mega
saying.
in the mega church. Like for example, when I was on radio in Dallas, and people would call in all the time that were members of the Potter's House, TD Jakes, and they would say, well, he's not gonna marry my daughter, and I've been going there giving all this money. And my response was always, you knew the man had 40,000 members when you joined.
He sure
So
did.
don't come acting crazy now.
Right.
Now at a regular church, yeah. But you think that's something he ain't marry your daughter. He ain't gonna bury your mama either. He may send somebody. And it came up on the radio when I was in Dallas because Deion Sanders was getting married in the islands. And the wedding was gonna be over in the islands.
Right.
I talked Deion, but I couldn't go. But TD Jakes was going there.
Right.
So the complainer was saying, how he gonna go over there, but he don't have time to marry my daughter. Well, it come down to who's in the inner circle, man. And I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, realistically speaking, you cannot expect, if a man is a quote-unquote pastor over 25, 35, 40,000, there is no way in hell he can have personal interaction with all them people. It's impossible, man.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
And a lot of times, those things are just ceremonies. So you're just supposed to do your ceremony with that person.
Yeah.
It's
But now, if you at a
to the
regular
house, it's a
situation, i.e., my baby brother pastor, you're at a regular situation, you could approach a pastor anytime. I would suggest you didn't approach him right before he fixing to speak or something. I'm a comic. And I don't be up to talking to nobody before. I never forget when I was back in the day, when I had to concentrate before I went up. I don't give a shit now. But back in the day, when I had to concentrate, and I was in Birmingham, Alabama, and some of my cousins showed up. My grandmama had just died. In between shows, and I let them come back in the dressing room, and they brought me all the pictures of my dead grandmama laying in her casket.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that wasn't the right
I
time.
mean, you think I
right
want
time
to see
for
this
that?
No,
shit?
that wasn't the right time.
And I'm in here,
Right.
I'm a comic in here.
Right.
So I'm just saying there's a time and a place for most things.
Right, and the way you get around it in mega churches, I'm just gonna drop a nugget. The way you get around in mega churches, a lot of people say, "Oh, I just go and I tithe and offer." But if you get active in certain ministries that the pastor has to be involved, he can get a familiar face. Even though it's a huge church, you got 40,000. The way you just telling you how you get semi-connected in the mega church and part of those
He can
circles,
do that.
you
I'm
can
just
be
saying,
active. Oh, I know, but you just
in
not
a
gonna
mega
come-
church, that regular pastoralship, like I grew up under, that ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Nah.
That ain't gonna happen. When you got 40,000 members, you're not going to get all them. My dad, you go get them niggas out of jail.
Right.
He go to the hospital. Now they'll send somebody, but it's humanly impossible for them to be of traditional pastoral service.
Yeah, it's too hard. I
to
agree.
that many people.
I agree.
But now some of them go beyond that, and I don't think that's right. For example, I know personally of a case where a person had gone to Creflo Dollar's church for years and tithed.
I know where you're going.
And when the person died, he wanted, now this part is just reportedly, he wanted $20,000 to preach at the person's funeral. And the person was an officer at the church.
Yeah, I heard that story.
Right.
That's now. There are times that you can't be that big to not do that one.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
I understand giving them respect and all that if that's the situation you want to be in,
Well-
but you cannot expect personal accommodations for a person that's in that kind of position. This man president of the United States.
I
ain't
think
got
they
time
just
to
doing
do
it
that.
wrong personally, cause like if I'm a tithing member of a church and I've been going there so many years,
Yeah.
stop tithing. Start stacking up your tithes for about 2 years and then write a check out for all of that tithe at one time. And then don't sign the check, but just put in the memo, holla at me. He gonna call you. Just put in the memo, holla at me. He gonna see that number. He gonna see all they need to do is sign this check, holla at me. They be like, you know what, bro? Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what he talking about. It's 5 years of tithes you've been saving up.
He like Weightball. I've been seeing your fat ass at the church.
Right. He like, what you been doing?
I know you.
I know you.
First thing gonna say, what you need? Let me pray for you. Let me
Right.
what you need.
They gonna make a 15-minute little segment for you sometime that week. They gonna be like, holla at this nigga for 15
I ain't gay
minutes.
no more.
Real
I
quick.
ain't gay no more. I don't even want no. I ain't gay no more. I don't even like men. I'm only the women. That's you.
That video funny, man. He like, I like women.
I like
As
women.
from your heart, man, and it's 10%. No matter what time it's committed, he still stay committed. Like our pastor preached on that. Just like
Preachers on what?
being a committed giver. Like people get, caught up in about the tithes and the money, but it's just all staying about committed. And as fun as it was, he's truthful. Like if it's coming from his heart, and he said, "Okay, I'm working on this and building myself up." That after everything he's been blessed with after a certain amount of time, he genuinely
Let me
is
tell you something.
10%
For your honesty,
committed.
I believe God is going to bless you because you're the first preacher I've ever admitted that doesn't tithe.
Who doesn't tithe?
You just admitted it.
I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, you said it.
I ain't hear that from him. Did he say that?
Yeah.
He just said he saves it up for when he got a request.
As long as you give it from your heart, it doesn't matter whether you tithe or not.
I didn't say that.
Y'all can't translate that. Y'all need what's
didn't say
that
that.
woman you do all the different
Stop
languages?
putting words in my mouth. I said, as long
Rosetta
as you give it from
Stone.
your heart, as long as you give from your, I'm not going to let you put words on. I said, no. As long as he gives from his heart, it does not matter when he tithes.
Now you said from the pocket. You didn't say from the heart. You said from
So
the
you're going to
pocket.
hold your tithes.
I'm going to be quiet because I know y'all lying on me now.
Right, they lying on it.
I'm going to be quiet. I know y'all
He
lying
said
on me
it don't
now.
matter if you save all your tithes up and give them at one time so that they more meaningful.
He said from the piggy
Well,
bank.
if
So that you
die
got
before
more
you turn
political
million.
power with your tithes. So you got,
What if you die before you turn a million?
well, God know your heart. He know what your intention was. And then you can put it, and then you can still, then he might bury you when you show him that check with the number. You be like, hey, he might be like, somebody gonna sign this check. Yeah, I be there. I show up for somebody to sign this check and
I
hand it
ain't
over.
mad at him, man.
Speaking of money, they say
Yeah.
back in the day, grandmamas had a piggy bank.
Yeah, they kept a lot of money up there under the titties,
And
too.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
that
under
too.
the bed mattress.
That's why they was long
Do
titties
you
back in the
think
day. That's why.
New age grandmamas now have a piggy bank.
Hell no, they begging you for money. These new grandmamas, this is a new day, brother.
Ain't no piggy banks no more, man.
No, ain't no picture.
These grandmamas exotic dancers nowadays,
Right.
man. They don't need no.
Grandma
You
stripping.
can't put all them ones in no piggy bank nowadays.
Grandma down there. What's that old ass strip club here in Atlanta?
Claremont.
Or
Claremont.
the Grandma
Yeah,
Hotel.
grandma.
That's the
down there.
great grandmama down there. That's the great grandmama down there. That ain't even the grandma. The grandma at Blaze.
Hey, but real talk though,
Anybody
Kevin
out
Hart had
there?
a really good story about his grandmother, and and he was in some trouble.
I heard that
And
lie.
he said-
Who was that?
Well, he was saying it
Kevin
about
Hart.
Who was
he
that?
said-
They put the money in the Bible.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Did
Go
you read
ahead
your
and tell
Bible?
Who was that?
Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
And he kept asking, "Did you read your Bible?" And of course, no, but he was still calling and asking for money. Did you read your Bible? And so finally,
His grandmama
he got
gave him a
himself
Bible.
He got himself in such a jam, and she kept saying, "Did you read your Bible?" But when he finally opened up the Bible, there's a whole bunch of cash money that she had put in the Bible for a rainy day envelope with a whole bunch of money.
Now, I got a
It's
better
a cool
story.
little story. I was like,
Yeah, it is.
I got a
cool.
better
He ain't
story.
tell you some condoms in there too. She like,
I don't know.
protect yourself with all this money. I know
you
you're
go.
gonna mess up with all this money. Protect
You just
yourself.
can't let a positive story be positive. You had to throw something negative in.
Now you had to protect yourself with all this money.
No, but I got a better story too.
You got a better one in there?
Yeah.
I want to hear this, Boom.
So when I went off to college,
Oh, that's a good story. That is funny, Boom. That is funny. I gotta give it to you. You top.
Mississippi Institute
You went to college?
yeah, I went to
Okay.
college.
Yeah. What happened?
So what happened was, I told my grandma how much it cost, and just out of nowhere, she said, "How much?" I was like, "About $8,000. I'm trying to go to technical school, learn electronics and all this." My grandma went under her titty,
That's too much
came
information.
out
With
with a
$8,000.
knot, with some money tied in a knot.
Too much information.
$6,000.
And what line of work you say she was in? I mean, I don't want to talk about your grandmama, but
$6,000 she had
up under her titty.
under her breast, yes, under her bosom.
What it smell like?
They have some money.
Oh my gosh, that was going way too far.
Bo about to go in. He about to go
I
in.
tell you, it smell
Don't do
like
it,
milk.
Bo. Don't do it, Bo.
How old was she at the
Like a
time?
higher
It
education.
smelled like milk. How old was she at the time,
Like a
Bo?
higher education.
How old was she at the time, Bo?
Probably 75.
Oh, it smelled like buttermilk.
She was a wet nurse for Massa. So she made good
Smell like
money.
higher
on this.
education.
Y'all better respect our elders on this show, man.
I'm not upset with that. That's a
Hey,
compliment.
look, my grandmama had like $40,000 in cash under her mattress when she passed away.
What's yours smell like? Fart?
Nah, it smelled like a sex pot. I don't know.
But it spent well.
I didn't get none of that money. I was too young. to get
Y'all
some of that
sleeping.
money.
A lot of old people got stash, man.
Stash.
But y'all want to go buy Cadillacs.
Right.
At least I do.
Yeah.
We'll be back.